Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is here, and he is one of the best units in the game, easily, hands down, top 3 at worst. I don't think you can argue anything below top 3, so obviously we are gonna make a new top 10 list, and in case you didn't know, I always just pretty much jump into these videos. I don't really have like a clear list in my head, so number 10, I think it's actually gonna be a tough one, so 7 to 10. Um, I think Sal could be in this range, 7 to 10 range. I think he's definitely not 10, not 9, but he's definitely in this range. Who else we got here? Ultra Vegito Blue. I think I'm gonna put these guys in here as well. Okay, so let's start with Sal. I think Sal is probably the best out of these 5. Yeah. After that, who is number... I don't know. But Sal is gonna be the best out of these units, right? Blue Kid Goku. So blue is actually a pretty valuable color, but at the same time it's probably one of the worst colors because we have a ton of very strong greens. Obviously these two are greens as well, and Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is obviously a green unit as well. But this guy is actually very good defensively, plus he can deal with green units pretty well with his main ability. When he gets his ultimate, it's type neutral, so he can deal with greens, and once again he has defensive type neutral, so he's actually pretty solid against greens. But I don't know, I'm probably gonna put Revival Super Gogeta above this guy, but I think it's pretty close. After that, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta better than this guy? Probably not. I would say, I mean, both of them are GT. Yeah, it's tough. But I think VB is probably the worst out of these 5. I think Sal should go higher. Maybe he's gonna be number 6. Okay, who else we got here? I think MVP and Jiren should be in the conversation as well. Maybe Pen. Who else is top 10 material? Obviously, these guys are all top 10, like, obviously. I don't think Evoken is top 10. I don't think Great Ape is top 10. I love Super Vegeta, bro. I don't even understand, like, what were they cooking. This guy is not bad, but at the same time, if you look all of these units, is Super Vegeta good? I don't know. Like, he came after Super 17 and before Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, arguably the 2 best units in the game. And this guy is, like, not even top 10. Barely top 15, maybe. I don't know what were they thinking with him. Revival Sal is actually pretty decent, but I don't think he's top 10. But he's really good. Like, he's for sure very good. Is he better than Super Vegeta? I don't know. But I'm not gonna rank the honorable mention units. Jirambo is definitely not top 10 at this point. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how hard he fell off. Vegito Blue is just here. Goku and Frieza is not top 10, obviously. I think this is pretty much, and obviously these 5, but Pan is actually really good. MVP 17 is really good as well. I don't really understand. I've seen some people hating on him and saying that he's done. Is he? Why is he done? I don't really understand. All these reds are running around, and this guy is obviously blue. Yes, we have greens, but guess what? I love Sal. We have Jiren as well. Jiren is also really good. Purple should be actually pretty free, because besides this guy, there is actually no good yellows in the game. Like, maybe you can argue the Gammas. They could be probably in the honorable mention list tier. But, like, that's pretty much it. Like, they are maybe top 20 or something at best. Maybe the yellow Zenkai Bardock, maybe he's like, you can argue that he's like decent. He's not bad. Like, I used him recently. He's not terrible. He's not bad. But even if you want to say that he's a decent unit, like, this meta is terrible for him. The yellow perfect Cell, Zenkai, like, that's pretty much it. Like, we don't really have anything else. Like, maybe the new yellow golden Frieza. That's it. Like, besides this guy, Ultra UI, there is actually no relevant yellow units. Like, actually just none. So purpose should be actually pretty good. And since we have this many reds to cover them, like Alapsal, obviously Super 17. Jiran, you can run Super 17 with him. You can run Revival Sal with him. Like Jiran, obviously you can just put him on a USS/Androids team. That team is probably one of the best teams in the game, actually. So I don't really understand how this guy fell off, but sure. I still think he's maybe top 10. Is 17 better than Ultra VB? I would say so. I honestly don't really see how VB is more valuable. What is he doing actually? Like, VB is still a very strong unit in a vacuum, but the thing is, Ultra Gohan just came out and he just shuts him down. Like, what is VB doing? Like, he's actually borderline unusable because he wants to do his strikes. Guess what? Gohan is not gonna let him do that. Obviously, he's not unusable. Obviously, still a very strong unit. He's pretty much a top 10 unit still, but I think he's low top 10. Or maybe he's out of the top 10. We are gonna find out when I'm gonna be done with the list. But I would say VB has pretty much almost no value at all. Even if you run into Ultra UI, this guy is also very good against VB because he has the gauge as well. Gohan has the gauge. You can't really do too much with VB. I think that's just unfortunately the truth. Fusions is not a bad team, but I wouldn't say it's like super meta relevant. And they don't really have a blue unit as well, so Super 17 would be a pretty big problem for that team. I mean, they have Revival Super Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but like that's pretty much all you have. Like you have these two, VB, Gogeta Blue, and that's pretty much the team. Like other than that, like you don't really have any other units. You pretty much have to leader slot a Saiyan or something. So yeah, I would probably say 17 above VB. And I'm the biggest Vegito fan that is, but I just don't really see how this guy has any value right now. I don't really know. I'm gonna revisit him and we'll see. But right now, because of Ultra Gohan, I just don't really see how much value he actually has. Like sure, like in a vacuum, Ultra Gohan, like he's great, but in the current meta, I don't know. Jiran is obviously very good. Should I put him above VB? Honestly, like I can see it. Like I would say Jiran has more value than VB. I actually see Jiran pretty often, and there is a good reason. Jiran is a very strong unit. The only reason he fell off and disappeared because Ultra UI came out, but Ultra UI is not relevant at this point, I would say. At least I don't see him too much. So purpose should be pretty good. So I think this is gonna be 7 to 10. Obviously this is like top 12, top 13 or something. So let's just move on. So 6. I think Alapsal is probably better than all of these units in the meta. And obviously he has like probably the best team in the game. Super 17, Sal, MVP. So I don't get the he fell off. Like sure. Sal, I think he's gonna be number 6. I think number 5 and number 4. I think it's gonna be who is number? I think it's gonna be between these two. The problem with Ultra UI is the meta. There are just too many very strong red units. Obviously 17, Beast, Pan is running around. Like Pan is insanely valuable. Probably the only usable bench unit in the game. HP bench, I mean. And I see Pan all the time. Since Ultra Gohan came out, I used Pan all the time as well. She's actually insane how she kept her value. Yeah, one of the better units in the game for sure. I think Pan is at least top 15, I would probably say. Ultra VB, obviously, if you run into him, is a red unit. Great Ape, Revival Cell just got a Zenkai, and he's obviously a very good unit. I love Super Vegeta. You don't see him, but still a red, still decent. So there's that. Yeah, Ultra UI. Although I would say he is arguably still in a vacuum. Once again, arguably the best unit in the game. Like I would say in a vacuum, he's still like definitely like top 3 or something. He's crazy good, obviously, but the meta is definitely not good for him. There are just too many red units. So I can't really put him above Goku and Bardock. Although Goku and Bardock, I think, and they're gonna be number 4, I think they are actually not in the best spot either, because Ultra Gohan just came out. Obviously, Gohan is green, Goku is blue. Yes, Bardock is green as well, but Goku is still a blue unit. So half the unit is blue, Gohan obviously is green. That's a pretty decent counter, I would say. And Gohan has the gauge, which is a problem for Goku and Bardock for sure. Obviously strike unit, obviously melee blue card. Still very, very strong. Obviously the indestructible is insane, but at the same time, Ultra Gohan just came out, insanely good unit. And hard counters this guy. Or them, I should say. Goku and Bardock. Ultra Gohan is an insane counter. So I would say number 4 is probably the best spot. I don't think I want to move them higher than that. So top 3. We have Beast, Super 17, Ultra Gohan. Okay, so number 3. I think number 3 is going to be Beast. And obviously we have these two. So Beast, yeah, I think he's number 3. Maybe you can argue number 2. Can you argue that Beast is number 1? I don't know. But obviously Beast is a really insane unit. Like he's crazy good, but I would probably say he's number 3 right now. And I see a lot of discussion between these two. And yeah, I'm gonna say like these are top 1 and top 2, but who is top 1 and who is top 2? Tough. I think I'm gonna go with Gohan number 1. I think I'm gonna go with number 1 Ultra SHA to Ultra Super Saiyan to Gohan. Number 2 17, and number 3 is gonna be Beast. I think I'm gonna go with that. 17 is definitely superior offensively. His gauge is ridiculous. The blast cards, like everything, he can paralyze. The double ultimate, the green card. But at the same time, I feel like Gohan, once again, 17 is superior offensively. Pretty much infinite cover null and all that stuff. But Gohan, I think he does more. I think he has more utility. I think he just edges 17 out. Endurance, the gauge, the counter blue, the AoE green. He's actually the best last man standing unit in the game, I think. He gets some pretty crazy stuff when he's last man standing. He gets 70% of his vanish back one time, I think. He draws another ultimate, which obviously is a very big deal since he has his gauge. He also goes type. I'm not sure. I think I should read his kit again. I definitely think that he goes type neutral on his ultimates when he's a last man standing. So there's that. Yeah. I think overall Gohan just does more. I think he has more value. He's definitely superior defensively. I think his gauge is actually one of the dumbest things in this game. And you can get it back actually very quickly. Because he gets it back with his strikes and blasts. You use cards and he actually refills his gauge, which is actually just ridiculous. And you can chain it with a blue card and an ultimate, just like Ultra Janemba. So yeah, I think it's close, but I think Gohan does more. I think overall he's just a better unit. 17 is better offensively. I don't think there's really an argument. He also holds the blast armor breaking blast cards, which is actually pretty clutch. At least it can be. It's not broken or anything, but it can be pretty clutch. Like it can be for sure, and it works against ultimates blue cards, everything. You have blast armor, it works against it. Gohan also has the ultimates, not with blast armor, but he just completely ignores blast cards, which is obviously a big deal because first of all you can break it. Second of all, 17 obviously is a unit who does, I'm pretty sure he does extra damage against blast armor, so Gohan doesn't have to worry about that either. I think it's, once again, it's close. Even Beast is pretty close, but I think these two are pretty close, and I can see 17 being number 1, but in my opinion, Gohan just does more overall. But who knows, maybe in the future, 17 is just gonna be clearly better than Gohan. Like, I don't know, like, they are definitely close, and they are arguably number 1, like, both of them. Like, I can see 17 being number 1. If you think 17 is number 1, sure. If you think Gohan is number 1, that's fine. Like, I don't really see anything wrong with that. Like, I saw someone saying, like, I saw some conversation saying, like, there is no argument, 17 is the best unit in the game still. And it's like, no argument. I don't know about that. Like, is he number 1? Maybe. I think there is an argument for sure, but like, that's what I'm saying, there is an argument. Like, I don't think 17 shits on Gohan or anything like that. Like, I think Gohan is actually just ridiculous. The more I use him, actually, the more I like him. And the more powerful I think he is. Like, when I first used Gohan, I was actually a little bit, like, unimpressed. But as the days went on, I don't know, I just think he just became more and more impressive, in my opinion. So yeah, I think Gohan is gonna be number 1. But still, 17 is close. Even Beast is like, I think they are like in the same tier. So if I would make a tier list, like a real tier list, like Z tier and stuff like that, I think they would be in Z tier, all of them. Maybe you could say Goku and Bardock is in Z tier. So yeah, Gohan 1, 17 is 2, Beast 3, Goku and Bardock 4, UI 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, I think. Goku and Bardock still has more value, I think, for sure. Because yeah, like, Gohan came out, but Reds are still obviously insanely strong, and so yeah, like, blue units have value for sure. So yeah, Ultra UI is number 5. He's ridiculous, he's crazy, he's insane, but the thing is, this meta is not for him. Yellow units are almost unrunnable, and the only reason UI is runnable because he's ridiculous. Like, that's the only reason, honestly. His color is very, very bad right now. Alapsa 6, I think I'm gonna go with that. I don't know if I want to put anyone above Sal. Maybe this guy, but right now I would say, like, Sal is on the best team pretty much, or one of the best teams, for sure. Like, Super 17, androids slash powerful opponent, androids slash universe wraps, Jiren MVP. Like, the team obviously has a ton of options. We have the Zenkai Revival Sal. There are just too many options, so I would say Sal right now is probably better than Revival Super Gogeta in the current meta. Yeah, I think 7 is Revival Super Gogeta probably. Yeah, 8 is gonna be GT Goku. 9 is SSJ for Gogeta. 10 is MVP. I think I'm fine with that. I think you can do some swapping around. Like, I think there is, like, you can make arguments for maybe even you can do this, like, GT Goku above these two, maybe. Because I actually don't see Saiyans at this point. I don't see Revival Super Gogeta at all, actually. But GT is really good. Like, GT is definitely, I would say GT is more common than Saiyans right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go with this, I think. Yeah, Jiren. I think I'm gonna go with Jiren, actually. Because, okay, so let's say I want to win matches, right? I'm grinding God rank. Who do I want to run? UVB or Jiren? I would probably go with Jiren. Jiren has pretty much no counters in the meta right now, besides Ultra UI, but even he is not that common. And he has like the best partners in the game. Like he has arguably the best team in the game. Um, Once again, like Universe Raps slash Androids is a real thing. Like that team is good. That team is real good. I see a lot of setups like that. I see Jiren actually a lot. So who would I want to run if I want to win games? I would say Jiren in the current meta, for sure. I think Jiren is more valuable than UVB. Who is better in a vacuum? UVB. But in the meta, I think Jiren has way more value. Not way more value, but he definitely has more value. I feel like the endurance, the AOE green, his color is obviously really good. UVB has to deal with Ultra Gohan. And even when the only relevant yellow unit is around, he's actually really good against UVB. Like UVB can't even like really deal with Ultra UI. Like he can obviously, but you can still catch Ultra UI. But Ultra UI has his gauge as well. Like he can deal with the VB for sure. At least defensively for sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like in a vacuum, sure, like you could definitely move off VB, but in the current meta, I just don't really see his value. Even his teams, like he doesn't have any crazy team. Fusions is okay. It's decent, I guess. Like maybe on a Saiyan setup, but like hybrids is definitely better. Androids, powerful opponent, and those teams like mixed together. I just don't really see how UVB has like pretty much any value. Like if you want to win matches, like I would say you definitely run this guy over UVB, MVP over UVB. Like I just don't really see why would you run Vegito in the meta. And then you run into this guy, you run into that guy, Goku and Bardock, and yeah, like UVB, like this guy, you run into this guy, UVB is it's not gonna be in a good spot. Like he's gonna do no damage. Like honestly, I could see Pan above Ultra Vegito Blue. Vegito once again, like definitely a better character, but right now in the current meta, I mean Pan is everywhere. She's an HP bench and she's actually runnable. Her support is still crazy. She goes tight neutral. She gets a green and a blue card on main, which is obviously insanely valuable for Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Like this is one of the best like partners for Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Like honestly, I'm gonna do this. I'm not saying Pan is the better unit in a vacuum, but in the current meta, yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't even know, like, I love Super Vegeta. Where should I rank him? I honestly, I think UVB is going to be in the honorable mention tier. Am I done playing UVB? There's no way. Like I love Vegito so much. There is no way I'm the guy who downplays him, because I still see this guy being like top 10 on a lot of tier lists. I just don't see his value right now. He kind of feels that to me. Like I should definitely revisit him, but he just like I look at all these units, and he just feels that like these three are obviously way better. Plus Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan just completely shuts him down. Goku and Bardock, Goku counters him. Even this yellow unit is a good unit against VB. Like I just don't see his value. You run into this guy, VB is not doing anything. I don't know. Plus he doesn't have like a crazy team. Like if Fusions was number one, like let's say the Fusions team is the number one team in the game right now, like I think he would be definitely higher. But at the moment, like I don't really see any kind of value in this unit. Like I just don't see it. The Gohan definitely hurt his placing for sure. Like Evo can, like you can run a Universe Reps team. You put 17 on the leader slot or something, and Obviously, that's a Blast team, so they can actually work very well against Ultra Super Saiyan to Gohan. Um, yeah, so I would say they are more valuable than UVB. Revival Cell probably not because he's better, but once again, androids, powerful opponent, slash universe reps, like those three teams mixed together or something like that. Like Revival Cell. Also, Zenkai buffs Super 17, which is a big deal. And he's also really good. He's a revival unit. He does pretty good damage. Like he's a good unit. So yeah, I would say he's more valuable than VB at the current meta probably. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about these guys. Is Elf Super Vegeta better than Great Ape? Maybe. Honestly, it's close. I think Great Ape is actually really decent unit with his endurance, the green card. He actually does pretty good damage as well. He has very good utility. A Great Ape. I don't even know. Like, is LF Super Vegeta better than Great Ape? I think it's close. Whatever. Once again, I'm not gonna worry about them. Maybe I could put the gammas here. Maybe I can put like this 16 here. Let's put the gammas here. But honestly, who cares? Maybe Orange Piccolo, but like that's pretty much it. But honestly, Blue Beast. Oh, Sword of Hope. I think he could be in the honorable mention tier because hybrids. Alright, so I don't actually know why the footage is so laggy. I'm sorry about that. But this is a tier list video, so hopefully it's not the biggest deal ever. Plus, the footage ended before I actually finished my sentence or like the whole video. Uh, it's weird. I don't know. I have no clue why it happened, but yeah, hope you guys still enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.